Oh my god. You can all blame Sidvi, is wearing green. Don't blame me.
No, not green. This is Mehidy color, by the way.
This is parrot green. Not Mehidy color.
Mehidy.
Mehidy. Because I can imagine why everybody is now totally stunned with Mehidy. Because Mehidy Hasan Miraz, what a knock for the ages. 42, I think this will be the biggest 42.
No, 38.
Because he just took a single. He ran like that. No, but he went for a boundary, I think.
No, I don't think it.
He crossed. He crossed, and that is why I think when you cross, you're already won, isn't it? No, but I think it went for a 4. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it went for a 4. But
anyway,
what a knock by Mehidy Hasan, and that partnership that 136 for 9.
So single, right?
Yes, you had 51 runs to get, and this reminds me of another double M duo, Mehidy and Mustafizur. About 11 years back, it was the Matthews Malinga combo in Australia, Melbourne. They were down and out. They won by 1 wicket against them, and they won that series 2-1. Oh boy, but Bangladesh, the force was with Mehidy Hasan for a simple reason. One, he top-edged one ball. KL Rahul drops the catch.
I'm sorry, I need to change this chair.
Yeah, KL Rahul drops the catch. Second, he again hits it in the air, but the fielder can't spot the ball. And Rohit Sharma really let out a spray at that time.
Yeah, he did.
Then, when the match became tense, a no ball. Yet more fielding mishaps. That overthrow from Virat Kohli, which, bounced awkwardly for Deepak Chahar. But Kuldeep Sen, that 2 sixes, changed that entire complexion. And they missed the lens. The 4 that Deepak Chahar got hit for, what was it? Short and wide. Kuldeep Sen, short and wide. Shardul, on the pads of Mustafizur, glanced it. Too full.
At that point, you're thinking, will Shardul bowl it short? Will he go for a Yorker? He puts it down the leg side.
Yep. And Deepak Chahar tries the knuckle ball, it dips, just misses the stumps of that scoop and goes for 4. So the force was with Mehidy Hasan and Bangladesh. And consider how the force was with them. There was a direct hit scored when 2 runs were needed off 1 ball. 6 years back, the direct hit would have found Mustafizur Rahman short.
This time he managed to
made it comfortably. And now, and they were continuously showing.
Alan Donald.
The host broadcasters were really trying to play cheeky, because Alan Donald, who can forget that 99 semi-final, why he didn't run? Klusner, a place in the World Cup semi-final up for grabs. World Cup final up for grabs, sorry. And today, slight redemption, although it's a bilateral.
I mean, come on, still you would be very happy with that, because no one gave Bangladesh a hell's chance in this series. Everyone's predicting, whitewash, this, that, experimentation. You did your experimentation, it didn't work.
One thing was common for both the teams. They desperately tried to lose.
Yeah.
But none ended up losing, only 1-1 at the end of the day. India, the collapse of 4-4-4 saw them lose to get bowled out for 186. Bangladesh 74 for 3, they collapsed 136 for 9. But we were all saying Bangladesh's tail is like a proper tail.
It's a classical tail.
But they couldn't bat. But they wagged.
But Mehidy Hasan?
Mustafizur, those vital 10 runs. His highest score is 18, by the way, in ODI cricket.
Yeah.
But 10 runs, partnership of 51 ensured Bangladesh have won by 1 wicket. But a lot of talk will be on the fielding in the last overs, especially KL Rahul's drop.
Yeah, because you at that point you were 9 down.
With the gloves. All the way to long leg you ran, all the way. And then that Sundar missed chance plus that fielding. Remember, he could have stopped it for 2, but it slid underneath him and it went for 4.
Yeah.
So, oh man. Lot of things will happen after this. And KL Rahul, the keeper, Naman, but you have to say that, unfortunately, because Pant got injured before the match.
Do you have Ishan Kishan in the squad?
Pant got injured.
You could have brought in Sanju?
We've not been told that he's injured. Because what the BCCI has said, that it was the medical team's advice that Rishabh Pant should take some rest.
Yes.
Now, I don't know if he was injured or not. Yesterday, he was seen practicing in the nets.
But that's different. Yeah, you mentioned about KL Rahul. This is what usually happens. He ran for that catch, Mehidy Hasan, reached there well on time, but then dropped it. It looked a little silly, to be very honest.
It did.
Because I think there was an incoming fielder also from square leg. It could have been his catch anyways.
And then if you reach there and you have the gloves on, you are backing yourself to take it 10 times out of 10.
I'm sure he went for that catch only because of the reason, because he had his gloves on. That's the simple reason. And secondly, I thought India had won that game at 136 for 9. But then thereafter, even as Bangladesh, they were meandering. But those sixes of Kuldeep Sen, I think that is where the momentum shifted, and suddenly I think there was a sense of maybe a harakiri amongst the Indians, and that is where they lost the plot. A couple of boundaries of Deepak Chahar, before that 2 sixes of Kuldeep Sen, and those dropped catches, or maybe one dropped catch and the other one was a misjudgment
from
as far as Washington Sundar was concerned, and then a few misfielding here and there, and eventually this had to happen. This had to happen, or this happened. Anyways, I think the Indian bowlers in the past few years, they've done well. They've won India a lot of games. Today also, India thought, or we thought that 186 cannot be defended. But the Indian bowlers, especially Mohammad Siraj and Washington Sundar, they bowled really well to get India in a position from where it seemed as if they've already won a game. But then Mehidy Hasan. And now you can always analyze and see what went wrong in this match, but the problem may not be just this particular game.
I think bigger picture analysis is needed here. Where is the thought process behind a lot of these things? Again, we've always said that if you have a backup keeper or a backup specialist, why not go that direction? Where is the logic or the rationale, unless you really were hell-bent on not dropping Shikhar?
No, but that's the problem, because you don't want to, maybe you don't want a few people in the team, or the only way that you could have gotten KL Rahul and Shikhar Dhawan in that 11 was a combination like this, Pant to sit out. Otherwise, imagine Pant, Shikhar, KL Rahul. Can you actually imagine all three of them playing in the same 11?
When me and Harshad were doing the prediction 11 dugout, we said that if you have Rahul and Rishabh as your certified starters,
then you have only 5 bowlers.
That means no, you had to have more than that anyway, because there's no spinner here.
No, that's what I'm saying. If Rishabh Pant would have been playing in this 11 and alongside Shikhar Dhawan and KL Rahul, then Rishabh would have batted at number 6, then 7, 8, 9, 10,
you'd 11, have 5 bowlers. That's it.
And today, I thought your bowlers did reasonably well.
Except towards the last.
Maybe a bit of inexperience amongst the bowlers, and a few of those deliveries, those knuckle balls, the slower ones went for no balls, and then not bowling according to the field. Even you also mentioned it right at the start. When you had your this third man up, short third man,
and you're bowling short and wide.
It's you're asking for trouble. So that's the problem. But you're always trying to adjust things in this in the 11. You are not going for horses for courses. I haven't seen, even if firstly you don't have your best players available all the time. Either somebody is injured or somebody is resting.
Even here you have Rohit, KL and Virat back, but now Chahal, Pandya, Sky not there.
Kuldeep Yadav is not there.
For whatever reason.
Yeah, there are so many people. Okay, now Mohammad Shami has gotten injured. So Ravi Bishnoi
not there, not playing anywhere now. Scheme of things suddenly.
So I am saying, more often than not, majority of your senior players, either they are resting or they are injured, and then even if the best, I don't know if India actually plays their best.
I don't recall the last time you played your best 11 outside an ICC tournament.
No, I'm saying even if whatever the squad is, now that you have a squad, a 17-member squad, is this your best 11?
I would have played Umran, truth be told. ahead of Kuldeep. I think the only reason Kuldeep Sen started was because he was with the squad beforehand, not a last minute draft.
And also maybe because Umran Malik, has he joined the team?
That's another thing. Possibly, I don't think he has.
not yet.
He was named as a very last minute replacement.
Exactly. So maybe if he joined yesterday only, or if he is joining today, so maybe I don't know if he is available for selection or not.
Possible, because again, it's not like he wasn't playing cricket; he was playing the Vijay Hazare. So,
And 186 against Bangladesh.
it raises questions over your batting also.
You can exactly. I think you won't blame. I know we started with those fielding efforts those
And the bowling,
and bowling, but you didn't. Bowlers didn't lose you the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Your
186.
batters did.
The batters, yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely no intent with the bat. KL Rahul was the only shining grace with the bat.
And that too playing in a very unnatural position.
The problem, look, what has happened is the bowling, even in the death, the likes of Shardul Thakur, the likes of Deepak Chahar have gotten honed while playing in the IPL, isn't it? We all give that classical experience, isn't it?
This is what time?
That's 5 hours back in Sulinder Lalit. So yeah, he definitely wasn't available for selection.
He wasn't even in the,
He wasn't even in the country.
he wasn't even in Bangladesh.
So all your
Yeah.
bowlers who are part of that, fast bowlers who are part of that squad.
They were playing by default.
playing.
Yeah.
Yep. So,
I don't. No, Yash Dayal.
Yash Dayal.
Yes, they are. But I don't think they would have considered him right now. Not a chance.
Look, we are saying, okay, Deepak Chahar, Shardul Thakur, they would have gotten experience honing their skills in the IPL, isn't it? Death overs. But what was the common trend in the death overs for these two bowlers?
Both would get smacked.
Both would get
Shardul especially.
Kuldeep Sen, classic case. Kuldeep Sen got whacked in the end overs. So your experience was lacking in that particular.
You don't have dead bowlers at this point.
You
Let's
don't
be
have
frank.
dead
You don't have a dead
bowlers.
bowler.
You don't have death bowlers. That's the one problem area if you're looking for the backup to the backup. Apart from Bumrah,
You don't have a dead bowler.
you don't have a death bowler. Arshdeep,
You made him
Very
into,
raw.
No, you also made him into a new ball bowler. When Arshdeep, how much was he bowling into that? He wasn't. He was bowling 2-3 overs up front most of the time in the T20 World Cup.
Maybe that was the need of the hour at that stage because he was actually bowling really well.
He
with
was,
that
but
new ball,
you
getting
didn't
that
have a dead
swing.
bowler at that point because Bumrah wasn't there. I thought for sure they'd use him in the death.
And also the problem was because you were not getting wickets in the middle overs also was one of the reasons why
Arshdeep was getting attacked.
and the problem is it's a role reversal for Arshdeep. He was doing well in the power play in international cricket. In the IPL, he's a
death bowler.
He's a death bowler.
Predominantly. He'll bowl one in the middle and then 2 or 3 at the death overs. So that's what he does for Punjab Kings.
GGK is saying, is there no discussion between the captain and the selectors? Select good players but don't play them. Chahal in World Cup, Sanju in New Zealand, and Ishan as keeper today. Why? Now GGK. Well, that's interesting.
Interesting question.
I think they do have a discussion. It's just that
I think the final call is taken by the team management.
Selectors perhaps many times they just give in to the demands of the captain and the coach or the team management, and then it's up to the team management to select the playing 11. Unfortunately, I don't know if a lot of people would agree or not, and more often than not you don't play your best 11 on the day.
on the day.
And on the day, definitely.
No,
because again,
I think the cases of Sanju, Ishan, Chahal, Pant, it has gone way beyond the numbers, the contribution. It is purely on instinct. Okay, I think for this,
Bakkad Bombay ball.
exactly.
80 number and there's your pure 100.
That is your pure 11.
पूरे 100 इस पे आया.
Oh, acha, let's play game.
No, you're not playing.
Sorry.
So basically,
We have to accommodate Pant.
Because
it's not just about Pant,
There's a KL, there's a Shikhar.
see, if you had the holistic picture,
But even if even if you would have played Ishan Kishan, he would have played in place of.
He would have been, who's the
Dhawan?
Dhawan probably.
but would you drop Dhawan?
I wanted to.
See, again,
So if you actually drop Dhawan, you might be sending a message that maybe you're
You're not looking in
our
the
first choice.
You're not.
11.
I don't think he should be at this point. I really don't think he should be.
You want to take a call on Dhawan right today?
Not right today, but if you have options there, then at this point it's better to kind of fit in people.
Then Ishan Kishan opens.
with Rohit.
with Rohit in
Yes.
ODI.
Yes. Because you could logistically
He
put
would have opened with
KL also.
Rishabh Pant.
You could have done that too, but then of course today he wasn't available for selection.
I am not too sure about it. I am not too sure about his fitness.
Yeah.
Because I don't, whatever said and done, although they haven't said exactly what has happened to Rishabh Pant, and same is the case with Akshar Patel also. They've said that even Akshar Patel wasn't available for selection.
The media reports that are floating around is that he suffered a rib injury.
Rib injury.
That is why he was not picked in this game. But again, now the problem is Shikhar Dhawan's strike rate is going very well against him. Much like how KL Rahul's is in the IPL, if you are
Or in T20
or in
eyes.
T20 eyes. Dhawan's strike rate in 2022 has been 75. Now, in an era of baseball, or an era when 350, 400 seems to be a new normal in ODIs. Can
But
you
then
afford that?
who is doing something exceptional in this top order?
No one.
Is there anybody? So now,
In fact, Virat Kohli's last 6 innings in ODIs, he's not gone past 20. He's not gone past
See, at least
20.
today you can say it was a good
It was
catch.
a great catch. It was a great catch. But again, Rohit's struggles have been compounded.
He's been ongoing at
Apart
this
from
point.
that 70 odd that he hit at the Oval, apart from that, he struggled. Totally struggled. And Dhawan and Rohit's current form and the current template works when you bowl an opposition out for 150 or 160. But even here, India's problems, when have they lost? You look at it. In this entire 1 year period, when have they lost? When they predominantly while batting first. Batting first and setting the target seems to be a massive issue.
That's what Josh Butler had said when faced up against India in the semi. He said we look to put them into bat first because we knew they prefer chasing. It's so evident at this point.
no, that's been India's problem now to set the target, and they start very slow, and even the body language also didn't give too much of confidence, at least to me.
No, even Rohit towards the latter stages looked defeated at that point already.
In Hari Haran Vishwanathan saying something, I think I agree with him. Siddharth, if you can
US,
speak up.
he's from the US, Hariharan Vishwanathan saying happy that after World Cup our bowling attack put in effort to defend. 9 batsmen and that too against Bangladesh scoring 185 is downright pathetic.
I mean, considering you have Deepak Chahar and Shardul lower down the order, yes.
Your 4 all-rounders today, 21 runs combined, that's it.
Who's the 4?
For bowling or batting already.
Shahbaz Ahmed, Washington
Shahbaz
Sundar,
Shardul.
Deepak Chahar.
I don't count Deepak really.
But he won you 1 game against Sri Lanka with the bat.
True.
So, you got batting, but what use is that batting?
If they're scoring combined
Just
21
runs out of the 4. Shabazz got undone by Bowles. Shakib and Shardul got undone by the guile of Shakib. Washington Sundar played a very bad shot. I'm sorry to say that collapse was brought out because Sundar played a very rash shot.
If you have to look at it, we were talking about India not having a death bowler backup to Bumrah. The other backup we don't have is a competent all-rounder, fast bowling all-rounder.
So that's why Hardik Pandya
You're wrapping him in
is
cotton
such
wool.
a huge figure in this Indian team.
Correct.
He can actually pick and choose. I think he is the only player who can actually pick and choose his cricket. Which tournaments to play, which not to play,
Which format to play.
Because he is aware, we are aware, selectors are aware, everybody is aware that you might get a replacement for a Rohit Sharma, for a KL Rahul, for a Virat Kohli. But there is no replacement for Hardik Pandya because you've tried it. You've tried it in the past. You've seen Shivam Dubey, you've seen Venkatesh Iyer, you've seen Vijay Shankar.
Even Shardul and all for that matter.
No, but Shardul and batting. As far as batting is concerned, between Hardik and Shardul, I think there's a huge difference.
Of course.
To be very honest, but then again, what happened? You knew that you actually eventually you realized that there is no replacement to Hardik Pandya. As simple as that. That's what I'm saying. Today he is perhaps the most important player in this Indian team.
Correct.
Tomorrow he has decided. Maybe I think he's decided that Test cricket is
Not meant for my body.
Is a no from here on. I don't see him playing Test cricket anymore.
No.
Ikka dukka, idhar udhar.
When is the last test he played? 18?
17. That Sri Lanka series.
No, he 18 England.
18 England, that Trent Bridge
18 he
match.
played.
I think not after that though.
No,
I don't think we have ever had a captain who brings so much of negativity after watching Rohit Sharma panic like this. I miss MS. That's Samir Singh saying, by the way. Not
okay, but the main difference between MSD and Rohit's captaincy, okay, what was it? Just a simple cursory glance. Okay. Okay, after you take your darling's comments.
First you complete it.
So, okay, basic difference when you observed in the MS Dhoni era and in the Rohit Sharma captaincy era. What is the major difference in the team?
That Rohit doesn't play score often enough.
No.
Captaincy wise in the team, MS Dhoni's team was settled.
Exactly.
Rohit Sharma's team settled.
No, anything but.
But whose fault is this?
That's the fault of the management, and that's the fault of possibly the captain not taking his foot down.
Exactly, the buck stops with the captain.
He himself takes so many breaks here.
Yes, I agree. He himself takes so many breaks. He himself picks the player for the squad for the bigger tournaments. He picks the players for the bilateral series, and then he is the one who decides who will play in the 11. So the buck has to stop somewhere, and if it has to stop, it has to stop with Rohit Sharma. I agree. Rahul Dravid also has a huge role to play, but then I'm sorry to say, but the current state, Rohit Sharma somewhere or the other has to take the responsibility.
And to be fair, he already had a very forgettable 2022 World Cup. If 2023 nothing works out again, I don't think the selectors will...
He had a forgettable 2021 T20 World Cup also.
True.
He had a forgettable 2022 last T20 World Cup also.
After 2019, really.
He's not touched
his form. And the worst that I've seen Rohit Sharma back
in recent, ever really.
Perhaps ever, was that England game, the semi-final against England. And today... I thought we were discussing, he got 27 of 31 balls. He got 22 of those runs in boundaries. What about the rest of the deliveries?
He wasn't rotating the strike.
Same Rohit Sharma who could actually, because of his ability to play late, Rohit Sharma could, usually has perhaps a couple of strokes extra for every delivery. Now the same Rohit Sharma is failing to rotate strike.
It's tentative.
So that's an issue. I think there are a few mental issues as far as his batting is concerned. But anyway,
captaincy pressure I think is now showing in his batting.
Yes, but captaincy pressure, I think even prior to that.
No, but captaincy pressure.
When you are winning and scoring consistently, that captaincy pressure did not affect you.
He won 5 IPL titles as captain. Everybody wanted. With Rohit Sharma and Rahul Dravid, what has happened? All this while, when Virat Kohli and Ravi Shastri were captain and coach, everybody was saying, when will Rahul Dravid
get
become
promoted?
the head coach?
When will Rohit be the white ball captain?
When will Rohit Sharma become the white ball coach? Here you are.
And you have it in
Here
front of
you
you.
are.
And also the problem is 7-8 captains you've had in the last 1 year.
And not all of them are down to injuries, by the way.
Not all of them. And again, look, it's like this. Supposing, okay, there's only one captain. Say Rahul is the captain of our team, okay? He says, okay, I am not in, someone else is in charge, okay? He operates for about a week or 2 weeks. And then he says, okay, this team is like that, blah, 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 give him these functions. But the one that Rahul picked, he says, oh, suddenly I am not ill, I want to take a further leave. I appoint a third guy. Now you see where the chaos and communication is happening. It's because feedback and where are the problem areas for each of the team players. It's lost.
I mean, if you have to look at it this way, we always talk about, a captain building a team in his or her identity. Look at, and again, I will go back to this example and beat it like a dead horse, but Owen Morgan, post 2015, was that team not built in his image?
Yes.
It was his team. If they lost, if they won, the buck stopped with that man.
Exactly. And by the way, nobody would have questioned him this time also.
If he stayed on as captain.
Exactly. Nobody asked him. He himself decided that I do not belong to this
like in this current form, correct?
and he gave up 6 months prior to that tournament, to that T20.
But look at the kind of succession plan he had in place, that the
Yes.
team which he built, taken over by his successor, has gone and won it.
Absolutely.
And how many breaks, honestly, did MS Dhoni take? Even when peak IPL was going on.
But Siddharth, at that time, I don't think this culture of breaks.
No, it was very rare, very rare. I remember
11,
only maybe
12,
2 or
13, 14.
Yeah, imagine, people often talk about a player called Amol Majumdar. You know,
Most unluckiest guy to never play for
loads
India.
of runs. No, but we can say that unlucky and all that, but there are far more deserving players. In fact, at that time also, there were far more deserving players also. Just that his the duration of his career was so long that everybody thought. He never played Test cricket.
Yeah.
Why? Because you had Virender Sehwag, Gautam Gambhir to open with.
Rahul Dravid at 3.
Rahul Dravid at 3.
Tendulkar at 4.
Lakshman and Ganguly at 5, 6.
Where was the option?
These players never took breaks.
Yeah.
If they would have, somebody like Amol Majumdar
would have come and stolen this
could
spot.
have played a few games at least.
Yep.
Yuvraj Singh got an opportunity to play Test cricket. He couldn't make it big in that.
And now he was never a
I
regular in
think
that level
although
either.
he did eventually, if you see, he played for 40 Test matches, which is no mean feat. But he was never a regular feature in that Test squad. So all because the likes of Dravid, Tendulkar, Saurav Ganguly, Lakshman, they never took breaks. Yeah, they got.
They eventually gave up a format.
They did get injured once in a while here and there, but they had their priorities right. We want to play cricket. We want to play Test cricket. We want to play one-day cricket. Although at that time there was
T20I wasn't a thing.
T20I or IPL. But still, you have to have your priorities right. Today, now, nothing. I'm not taking anything away from the batters who've been scoring runs in these domestic tournaments. For example, Ruturaj has been sensational this year.
12 centuries in the Vijay Hazare Trophy.
Jagdishan was sensational. Over 800 runs this season. Similarly, Devdutt Padikkal and Prithvi Shaw last few seasons. And
Yashasvi Jaiswal also.
Yashasvi Jaiswal. Where is the bowling in domestic cricket?
Exactly,
Why?
there isn't any.
I'll tell you. So, I think I've shared this with. I think one of the super chats is gone.
We took that one.
There was one more.
No, this was one.
No. If you come down, you'll see one more super chat. I think it was from the US. Yeah. Anyways,
And
you
keep
just find out. I'll just
Continue, carry on your
come back to it. So I'm saying, Khalil Ahmed had a very good season last year, IPL season.
Yeah.
Okay. But he wasn't picked. A left-arm fast bowler, bowling so well for Delhi Capitals. He was playing,
Yep.
but he wasn't picked. Why? Because he was told that you've not been playing domestic cricket. You played domestic cricket, then come back to then we'll consider you for the Indian team.
Exactly.
Yeah, this one I was saying. So
Yeah, I will tell you the difference. With this MSD was a man who made opposition lose catch.
that's Samir Singh, by the way.
Yes, somebody is saying from the US.
I
Yeah.
will tell you the difference between Rohit. Rohit is a. So now you tell me how many top flight bowlers who are in the radar, who actually
knocking on the door.
are knocking on the doors
None.
of Indian cricket, played the Vijay Hazare Trophy. How many? Kuldeep Sen played, by the way.
And so was Umran playing, if I'm not wrong.
Kuldeep Sen played. No, Umran was travelling, no?
Yeah, it was in New Zealand.
Oh,
no?
he was in New
wasn't.
Zealand. Yeah.
Umran didn't. Umran, I understand that Umran was with the Indian team.
That's fair.
Where is Avesh Khan?
Or the Mohsin Khans and Yash Dayal.
Where was Yash Dayal? Where was Mohsin Khan? Mohsin Khan, his last competitive match was an IPL. game.
Yeah.
Mohsin Khan's last IPL competitive match.
That for Lucknow Super Giants. Bas.
The same Jaidev Unadkat comes back to play domestic cricket
Year after year.
year after year, picks up wickets year after year. This year also he finished as the leading wicket taker.
Takes the team to the title.
So you tell me, I'm telling you. So I'll tell you why. Some of your better fast bowlers, either they are playing for India or they are playing for India A. Like Navdeep Saini is playing for India A in Bangladesh only, against Bangladesh A. Now, where are the rest of the fast bowlers? They are either resting, they get injured just before the Ranji Trophy or Vijay Hazare Trophy. Why?
Get fit
because
5,
they
yeah.
don't want to take a risk. The auction is also coming just in case you are already there. You want to be fit for the IPL, but you don't want to be fit for the domestic cricket, especially if it is Vijay Hazare or Ranji Trophy. Ranji Trophy, though, they've thrown it in the bin. To be very
absolutely.
honest. Syed Mushtaq, you'll see everybody.
Because that's audition for your IPL auction.
Yeah. So SP Roy.
Roy
After every
SP.
loss, why do we start remembering MS Dhoni? Tons of respect, but even he used to lose too. He got 10 ICC tournaments as leader. Rohit has had 1.
Yes, but he also won 3 of them.
He won 3. 9 out of that, he won 3.
And in fact, he won first out of the first 3, I think he won 2 if I'm not wrong.
No, he won the 2007
9 he lost, 10 he lost.
11 he won the World
11
Cup.
he won.
Right, so 2 out of 4.
Out of 4, he got a 50% strike rate. But still, you won. At least you won. And what was the major? And he took. And MS Dhoni, why do we remember him? He at least had the bollocks to say that, okay. Rahul Dravid, luckily they said, Rahul Dravid said, Sachin Tendulkar, Saurav Gandhi, we are resting from the T20 World Cup. You do what you want to do.
But after that also they started pretty much facing, I think Dravid Lakshman were only playing test cricket.
Test cricket. And see, 2008, from the depths of that 2007 loss, you somehow built a team that won you the 2007 World T20, that gave you confidence in 2008 to win the CB series.
See, 2007, you didn't.
There was no IPL.
And it was an anomaly. No one expected
you
it.
can always give credit to MS Dhoni's leadership and his captaincy in the 2007 World Cup, but he didn't build that team.
But it was already there.
But the 2011 team, you can always say. And by the way, I think today when we talk about the dressing room environment, this is much easier to handle, by the way. For example, an MS Dhoni, who had the likes of Sachin Tendulkar, Dravid, Saurav Ganguly,
Lakshman,
so many, Anil Kumble. Imagine Anil Kumble, Harbhajan Singh, so many big players in that dressing room, and there were youngsters too, by the way. There were youngsters too.
Raina,
Raina, Srishant Singh, a lot of them, his contemporaries, the likes of
Virat coming through,
Virat Kohli, so many. I think that was the difficult part to handle the dressing room. Today I think there are so many issues amongst the players in the dressing room. Everybody has an issue with the other. Some player or the other will have some issue with somebody within the dressing room. So, but you know, I to an extent I agree also with SP Roy.
Yeah.
You know, why do we always look back? Indian cricket has grown over the years.
We should be looking forward.
We should be looking forward. Why? But then we are forced to look back. We are forced to look back
because your present is so bleak.
Exactly at the ethics of these very players that we've
lionized. Yes.
Whether it is MS Dhoni, Sachin Tendulkar, Rahul Dravid, and all of those players.
I mean, okay, look at Sachin as an example. 24 odd years playing whatever 2 formats consistently. Yeah. Okay, you can say there was no T20s, but even when T20s came about, his fag end of his career wasn't playing the format. But did he ever really miss many series beyond that? He didn't. And you can't say that the
back end elbow, tennis elbow.
Perhaps except
from that was injury.
No, that's absolutely
11, 12. He was picking and choosing a lot.
At that point, he was coming to the end of his career.
Yeah, he had won the World Cup.
Plus years.
The World Cup win should have been the ultimate high.
Sign off.
Very few sports persons in the history of the game get a chance to go out on the ultimate high, and that too on their own terms. Tendulkar, that
elongated it just
100th international turn, that push for 369 days, that kind of, I'm saying by 0.1% sullied it, but he got it. Kudos to him. He got it in this very venue.
Sachin didn't go for that West Indies tour, no?
He didn't go. He didn't play the ODI series in England. He played the entire Australia tour, though, by the way. He played the 4 tests and he played the CB series triangular. But then after that, he played the Asia Cup. He got 100 set.
So basically, he started picking and choosing after he had accomplished everything he wanted to.
Yes.
Unlike people who have now done nothing and are now picking and choosing.
Oh, but again, look, Virat Kohli has been part of 2 ICC
I'm not
wins.
Virat. I can still understand.
Rohit also 2. If you look at it, 13 and 7.
7.
So these guys have won. But the problem is now, where are you building the base? As I said, you are making a bharta of the team. You are not making a solid food item. You are making a bharta of this team that has no head, no tail.
I mean, even if you look at the teams who you would consider benchmarks for white ball cricket in England and Australia, even they don't rest and rotate to this degree. They'll have a settled core with 5, 6, 7 players maybe outside who will come in as and when needed.
I would disagree with Australia though, because
they do
you
a lot
remember
of chopping and
that
changing.
peak of that rotation debate, Mitchell Stark had to literally beg and say, come on, I am in rhythm. Don't rest me for the Boxing Day test. That came under Mickey Arthur's tenure. He had to beg. Now where is he resting? Of course he's only playing 1 or 2 formats, that's it. He's foregone IPL.
See, he doesn't play IPL. He's not played IPL for years.
Yeah.
He plays T20Is and ODIs. But even then, he's recently said that, look, I can see myself giving up one format in the future because I want to elongate my test career. Priorities are actually well set.
The priorities in Australian cricket and England cricket are set.
But to be fair, you have to also look at it this way. England and Australia cricketers are also handsomely remunerated.
That's...
But still giving up
IPL is a massive thing.
Giving up an IPL contract.
For 7-8 years now.
Yeah, I mean, see, when Chris Morris got
One good season.
You're set for life.
Season and your life is set.
Yeah.
One good season with a good contract.
I mean, David Warner, look at how his career came up because of the IPL.
Correct.
2009 with the Delhi Daredevils, but then after he went to Sunrisers, he's been the best overseas player in the history of the IPL. along with
Arguably
Chris
one of
Gayle.
them, yes.
And David de Villiers.
Yeah.
In fact, I think after Virat Kohli, he's the
leading
second
yes,
highest run scorer.
He's got over 50-50s in the IPL. Yeah, 50.
He's an IPL legacy player for sure.
Yeah.
100%.
Chalo, let's finish it with this comment from SP Roy. I think is now after is
making the same point.
Yeah.
He's saying out of the first 4, he won 1. Even he lost 5 T20 World Cups and 3 in the group stage. No doubt about his leadership in ICC tournaments, but that's not fair to Rohit. Maybe you're right.
Maybe you're right,
but the problem is who's responsible. If MS Dhoni lost those many games, those many tournaments, at the end of the day, at that time also, we would say
the buck stopped with him. And also, more importantly,
also.
the big difference with Dhoni and Rohit is that when Dhoni took the reins, he was seen as a long-term option. Rohit is as short-term as short they come. So, if you have 2 tournaments and you've won none as a short-term option, will it be considered a success? I don't think so.
No, but and also, why did you change the captaincy? Why did you change the captaincy if I am not allowed to ask questions, if we are not allowed to ask questions as to the reason for the loss? And by the way, it's not that you played, it was that you went down fighting.
No, you went down with a whimper.
Exactly. You never
in the match. Exactly.
You never took off. So that's what I'm saying. You changed the captaincy for something better.
But you had the exact same thing.
Unfortunately, it turned out.
It's like when you change the chef thinking you get a different dish, but you were served up the same thing.
And on top of that, in 2 T20 World Cups, you had the easiest group if you have to look at it.
Yeah, actually, same 2021 and 22 too.
You just had to win
one of the big games.
Yeah. And you didn't, and in 2022 you did it, that too by the skin of your teeth, but you lost to the other one in South Africa.
Exactly.
And against, in 2021 you lost to both New Zealand and Pakistan.
And 2021, remember, New Zealand, Pakistan, they made a full bharta of the team by the time the second match came around, remember?
Yes.
Pakistan, they lost with their, what looked like their settled 11, and then by the time New Zealand game came around, Rohit batting at 3, Ishan Kishan opening, what the hell is happening? You didn't do it.
Chalo, one final question.
Anurag. One super chat, yep.
We can guess who that's from.
Okay, that's my darling.
Yes.
He says, Mr. Rawat, you took this opponent too lightly. The Indian media needs to come out of this superiority complex. You did the same with Pakistan in 2021 and Sri Lanka in Asia Cup. Did I?
Did we?
Okay, let me tell you. See, I think to an extent you are right. As far as Sri Lanka is concerned, I think we all were sitting here. I said
picked
Sri Lanka would be the dark horse here. Sri
And
Lanka
they
can
did.
actually surprise many. And then, yes, Bangladesh, I'll agree. I was on SportsTak yesterday and I said that I'll be very surprised. In fact, I said that India should win this series 3-0
Wait,
and then
what?
should also win the test
series,
2-0.
yeah.
But then cricket, as we all say, is
It's a beautiful game.
Anishchit time, uncertainty.
But
And-
again, I had said in the mid innings, small targets Bangladesh chasing in India has always been very, very
Iffy.
dodgy.
So, but yeah, you're right. But more often than not, you would say that India should win this win a match against Bangladesh. Unfortunately, India didn't play well, and they are themselves to be.
Cricket analysis by RV Singh. We talk about 350 as a new norm. Our number one ranked team couldn't even score 200. It wasn't that bad a wicket.
Absolutely.
250 was absolutely.
You could have been scoring
Absolutely.
close to 300.
Two bad shots. There was no need for Washington Sundar to play a reverse sweep.
And more importantly, but why does this pressure come in the middle order? Because you have slow starts. What is the difference between England and India aside from a lot of other things? Quick starts.
Yeah.
Their openers look to hit the ball from ball one.
Okay.
You are not intimidating.
Ah,
Your players, your batters, do
you're
not
the
look-
opposite of intimidating.
Exactly.
Yep.
It seems as if
Okay, for example, 187 today in about 47 odd overs, right? England 150 plus overs have scored over 900 runs
To be fair, in
and an
England.
average scoring rate of 6.
So to be fair, England are playing ODIs in Test cricket, and we're playing Test cricket in ODIs.
England are playing Test cricket, not
They're playing
T20
T20
style.
cricket.
like T10, by the way.
Yeah. I mean, imagine 900 plus runs consistently with a scoring rate of 6.
That is madness. That is madness.
Okay, you can blame the pitch, but then even in England, or in Birmingham, Trent Bridge,
You can
Lords,
blame the pitch. If
Can't blame
Indian
the
team
pitch.
would have been batting there,
They would have made
you
that
really-
pitch look like Gabba.
You really think that India would have scored at that rate?
No,
I'm saying no, they would have made that pitch look like Gabba.
Yep.
I mean, and if you're talking about, to add to his point, baseball ka whatever this thing you say, okay, road pitch in Rawalpindi, correct. Did they not hammer New Zealand at home the same way? And New Zealand had Trent Bolt
Yes,
and Tim
the
Southey,
Indians.
and look what they did to India. I was coming to that.
And also South Africa.
Correct. They baseballed them also.
They baseballed them also after a loss. That was the only loss that they had at Lords, but they baseballed.
They baseballed them. Bas. Okay.
So, and now they have got 2 more tests coming up in New Zealand. Small grounds. Auckland is one
With Harry
test.
Brook.
Oh my goodness.
With Harry Brook.
I really shudder for this New Zealand team.
And with no Trent Bolt now, mind you.
Yeah, no Trent Bolt, unfortunately. So I will end with Aditya Kavlekar's one knock. I think he's a Viratian, if you may say. Rohit is still captain because of Virat's knock against Pakistan.
How do we know that Rohit is still the captain?
I mean, all the signs point to something else. No, at least in T20.
No, I'm talking only about the T20.
T20
cricket.
is, yeah.
I don't think so. It's gonna be Mr. HP in the near future. And again, look,
Exactly.
I had asked Rahul the same question. When are we going to play with this core Indian cricket team, your best 11?
No, not happening until
June.
You're being generous.
I don't know.
Not until June.
That's what I'm saying, he's
You
being
have
generous.
IPL. There will be a few injuries.
And
post
rest. And some rest.
I'm saying in an ideal world. In an ideal world, as Vikrant sir had pointed out, surviving on AQI 50 should be ideal, but we survive on AQI 600. So that is how it is. So a very sad end for India in the first ODI. Mehidy Hasan, remember the name, what a brilliant knock. They lose by 1 wicket, India. The second ODI, which will begin on 7th,
Which is Wednesday, if I'm not wrong.
Wednesday, now assumes even more importance. A loss for India, a repeat of 2015 all over again. Because they had lost that ODI series 2-1 in 2015 as well.
Correct.
So join us for all that. And remember, there is FIFA World Cup action also today. Japan
Quarterfinals,
versus
yeah.
Croatia.
It's coming home.
Yeah, and England take on
I'm the
Senegal.
England fan.
Yeah, and so the winner of that game, no, today is Japan, Croatia, and
England-Senegal.
England-Senegal, right?
That's why I said it's coming home. No?
It's coming home. So join us at Sports Today for that. We'll be there for all the action. Press the like, comment, and share button. We are also there on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Show us some love there too, folks. Thank you. Bye bye. Good night. Vanakkam.